How y'all doing? This is Rumor. I'm here with Tallie Spencer. You're watching Hot Freestyle Chop Up Series.
What up, what up? Welcome back to Hot Freestyle. I'm your host, Tallie Spencer. We are here with Rumor today for our Chop Up series. Thank you so much, Rumor, for joining us.
Pleasure's all mine. Big fan of the show. Happy to be here.
Hey! I'm glad to hear you're a big fan of the show. We're excited to have you on here. This is a new segment that we started doing where we just interview artists in person, bring them in, get a vibe for them overall. So I'm really happy that you're here. Why do you look like that?
I'm just smiling. I'm happy to be here. I'm very happy to be here.
Okay, cool. Well, it's dope meeting you in person. I feel like, your demeanor is very mysterious, which is something that I, feel is like you get probably a lot.
Yeah, most definitely. Like me even going into like situations and stuff like studio sessions. Like I was just working with a couple of producers. Well, most producers already say this, but like when I'll go into a studio session, they'll think that I'll come in all like weird and like Batman.
So you always come in with the mask,
right?
right?
Yeah, because I always come in with my mask and whatnot. Nobody see my face besides like my team, my parents. Okay. But like other than that, like I'll come in and they'll think like I'm something like weird, standoffish, but it's like I don't know. I feel like I'm charismatic and like a people person and whatnot. So
yeah.
It's like juxtaposition. So
I mean, let's just get right into it since we're talking about it. Why the mask? Why is that something that you knew you wanted to initially do? Like, what's the deal behind it?
Nah, not at all. Like I really didn't want to do music. I got forced into it.
Really?
Coming soon. You feel me? Like I'll say that for another interview.
Wait, no, tell us.
Probably got the exclusive. You feel me? Nah, I didn't really want to do music, but like once things started happening, once I started like writing and doing this and doing a little bit of that and whatever, it was just like I want people to like the music before they like me. You feel me?
Interesting.
And like even before like COVID happened and whatnot, like or when at the start of COVID, it was mostly like just like I didn't really do, you know what I'm saying? I was more mysterious at that time because it was just like, like, keep listening to my music, keep listening to like my even like my EP that's about to come out and this and that and so and so and so. Like me, and then it's like, all right, cool.
Okay.
Because I don't really want to be out here like doing like foolishness. You feel me?
Right.
Just for like attention and what the kids say, clout.
Yeah. No, I think that's one thing that definitely separates you as an artist. A lot of people are very focused on having like their image in the media and them, having videos and clips of them doing everything, being everywhere, trying to go viral. A lot of people are in it, for that kind of success and recognition. And that's something I feel like, separates you a little bit from that crowd. You mentioned that you wanted people to like you first. So do you feel like, you've gotten that response based on the mask, or do you feel like, the mask has been beneficial with that?
Yeah, for sure. Like, shout out to all my supporters, all my fans, you feel me? Like, everybody that's pressing download or streaming all my stuff. Like, I get DMs every single day from you guys out there. And they're like, yo, so-and-so, I love your music, I love this. And so, like, the response is definitely positive. And yeah, it's progressive, so I'm saying the mask staying on.
Okay, cool. Do you think that you'll ever have a moment where you would reveal yourself without the mask?
Maybe on this show.
Yo, that would be crazy. So do you think, what point in your career do you feel like you would ever do that, if you would?
When we get to that bridge, we're gonna cross it. As of now, it's just like, you feel me? Like, why fix what's not broken is like, y'all like my music, most of y'all, you feel me?
Exactly. So I feel like, sometimes what makes artists, really like relatable to the audience is being able to kind of like show their face and talk to people in that. What ways do you feel like you kind of connect with your audience outside of music?
I connect to my audience, you feel me, by being, I came out, I was saying like February 26th is when like the record dropped. It dropped last year of 2020, I'm sorry. And 2-3 weeks later, March 13th, LA shuts down. You feel me? The rest of the world shuts down. So like I never got the chance to, you feel me? This is like my second in-person interview.
So you're a quarantine artist, pretty much. You've never toured. You've
never toured, never did none of that.
Yeah.
So like I just tried responding, you feel me, on social platforms. social media platforms as much as possible. And like just, if I'll see them out and whatnot, I'll take a bunch of pictures. Like I was just in like Phoenix. I did like a couple like pop-ins and whatnot, and like pictures and stuff, and like I'm talking to people because it's like, you know what I'm saying, like they never got that and whatnot. So like I'm a very personable man, you feel me, artist in general. So it's just like I'm gonna do that. You feel me? I love energy. I love giving back also.
No, so. I can tell that. I can feel your energy. It's, it's definitely like, you know, more charismatic than a lot of people in general. So I feel like, you know, despite the mask, I feel like I somewhat know you. It's weird. It's like mysterious. I kind of know you, but we don't know too much.
Me and Tallie go back. It's just like kindergarten, first grade, hopscotch, red light, green light. Remember that?
I hated that game.
She know, but she don't know.
Yeah, they don't know.
Nah.
They don't know the history.
Nah, they don't.
Man, but you know, you touched on this a little bit, going back to the song that you released last year before everything shut down. It kind of was an interesting song, and the song that you're referring to, Rascal, right? It had a lot to do with like police brutality, kind of in that sense of like when it came out. You know, we had the George Floyd protests, we had those Black Lives Matter protests, just, you know, taking over the nation. So that song kind of became viral because it was kind of related to the subject matter in a weird way. Yeah,
so when it came out before the whole George Floyd abuse.
Yeah. Because that happened in the summer.
Yeah. So it came out before that, and when I was doing it, I was just like, you feel me, like, the Holy Ghost was talking to me. I started writing in tongue.
Oh my God. No, but that's crazy. It's like you released it before any of that happened, and then it became super relevant. Do you think that, you know, it had a lot to do with why it became relevant?
No. You mean my record?
Yeah.
No, my record, it like, from like it being released the first week, like I don't want to say like broke the internet, but it did. It like broke the internet. So like obviously, you know, African Americans and colored people, you know, going through police brutality, that has a lot to do with it. I'm not gonna take any of that away. You know what I'm saying? But it pretty much did its own. I think it half and half. Maybe more it was, you know, police brutality, and then the other half was just like the juxtaposition and just like the art. Like how I just put it together. But I can't take nothing away from, obviously, you know, police brutality, because it's not right.
No, yeah, for sure. And I think the timing of it all come out like was interesting, but it all tied it together in terms of the kind of artist you are. You know, you're able to speak on these issues, but you're also able to make a song that people genuinely liked, and we're able to kind of know who you are. So one thing, you know, for people who haven't maybe heard the song, you came in with like a new type of genre. Like you set the tone for the kind of artist you are in terms of you don't really fit into a genre. You don't really fit into rap. You don't really fit into country. But those are kind of the two things that always come up when mentioning your name. As far as like you're inspired by like the Rascal Flatts song, their country group, you know. So talk about, you know, your inspirations behind the music that you make right now.
Yeah, it's like I just love music. I love every single genre, like as long as it has a rhythm and it has an anointment behind it. Like I love music. So like, even like going back to like producers and stuff, like when I go into a session, dear every producer I choose to work with, please stop doing this. Stop playing me country trap records because you think like that's what I do. That's not what I do. On the next album you guys are gonna hear, you feel me, a whole something else. It's always elevating, it's always changing, it's always, you know what I'm saying, going through what it goes through. But yeah, inspiration behind the music is Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson's my #1 inspiration. Because like he's the greatest artist, greatest ever. You know what I'm saying? Just even like how I write my records and whatnot. Like it's almost in that, on that channel. You feel me? In that frequency. So just to kind of like get like my melodies down and whatnot. So yeah, Michael Jackson for sure.
That's dope. It's super interesting to me, you know, because I know in this industry, especially like you mentioned, like producers and just other artists in general, we always try to categorize people into certain boxes, into certain genres. And I saw in another interview that you did where you said that, you know, the music that you make, you want to inspire people to think outside the box, and, you know, ignorance is not cute anymore. Like that was a quote that you said. So, you know, talk about why you feel like your music kind of inspires people to maybe think outside the box.
because when I was making my music before Rascal even dropped, like when I was, you know what I'm saying, a couple of months before that, like when I was writing my records and whatnot, it was like, I wasn't thinking about like genre, I wasn't thinking about none of that. I was just thinking about who's gonna be listening to my music. You feel me? Like age 13 to 30 young black men. Mm-hmm. You feel me? So very vulnerable, obviously not more than, you know, black women, but you know, that's probably like my core audience right there that's going to be listening to my music. Mm-hmm. So when they're coming to my shows and stuff, who are they going to be bumping into? They might be bumping into some white kids. They might be bumping into some white females, you know what I'm saying, of different races, different people from different places, you feel me? Mm-hmm. I want them to maybe even like have like a conversation, you feel me? Like not all, you know what I'm saying, I'm not saying all black men are like this, but urban black men who's probably never got out of their circle or their radius, you feel me? Like, I want them to come to my shows and I want them to interact with something else, you know what I'm saying, outside of their comfort zone. Even with the black suburban kids or the white suburban kids, I want you to come and interact with somebody who's outside of your circle so you can grow from there, you feel me? So you can get on another conscious level and you can open up and you can start like accepting people, you feel me? Because that's how we're gonna grow.
Right. No, that makes sense. That makes sense. I think that's an interesting perspective to have, and there's not too many people who I feel like are doing it, but one person that instantly comes to mind, Lil Nas X. Somebody who kind of has a similar mentality of like, I want to make the music I want to make, and you know, people either gonna like it or they're not, but it's me, it's what I want to do. It doesn't fit into a certain genre, like it is what it is. It's music. What are your thoughts on you know, music that he's put out or people comparing him to you?
Obviously, you know what I'm saying, there's been people whose genre been before.
Right.
I mean, shout out Nelly, who even did it back in, what was that, like 04?
Oh, yeah. Nelly.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and even before him, there was, you know, Walk This Way, Run DMC, you feel me, with like Aerosmith.
Yeah, you got some vocals right here.
Yes, I can sing.
Surprise.
Yeah, but nah, shout out to everybody who did it before me and everybody who paved the way or even made the path a little bit wider. Shout out to Lil Nas X too. He's feeding his family. He's doing his thing.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Well, with that being said, I'm curious to know like what we can expect next from you in terms of what kind of music are you making now? You know, this last year we've been in quarantine, but I know you mentioned you've been in the studio with different producers. So, you know, what kind of music are you making right now?
Man, so like my music is, the music on this album is what I want to do. You feel me? Like it's different. It's not as, I don't want to say scattered. It's not as a plethora. You feel me? As the EP, because the EP was like, did I use the right word? Is that, right. Yeah, the EP was like, this one's country, this one's hip hop, this is woo woo woo, this is even Americana. This one's more, everything is gonna be, you know what I'm saying? I gave you that EP for a specific reason, to show you exactly what the versatility is, where every single one of those records on that EP, there's gonna be an album that sounds like that. So I'm not just gonna, the sound's never gonna just stay the same. It's always gonna evolve, but it's still gonna sound like Rumor. You know, so like as we're going along, it's gonna sound like Rumor. So like on this album, most of the songs are in one of those records on the EP's pocket, and you guys will get to judge yourself.
Okay. Yeah. I'm looking forward to that. And as far as, you know, you talked a little bit about this, but we didn't get too deep into it. What really, you know, inspired you to want to make music in the first place?
I was broken homeless.
Broken homeless. And so why music though? I mean, that's a hard career to even, you know, make it in.
It was right there.
What do you mean?
It was right there.
In what way?
It was just right there.
Like it was so close you could almost taste it.
I love music. I love music my whole life, so it was just like, you know. Like,
when did you realize you were good at it?
My whole life.
Were you singing? Were you rapping?
My whole life, like I could sing. You feel me? Like,
yeah.
But I just never did anything with it until like when your back is against the wall and you're looking around and you're like, where's the microphone? Okay. All right, cool.
Man, so when did people start really, you know, getting like familiar with who you are? When did you start realizing that you had a fan base and an audience?
Right when I dropped Rascal. Rascal was
Okay.
the first record that I ever dropped. Rascal was the first music video that I ever dropped. Rascal was the first, not even the first tweet, probably like the fourth tweet you ever heard from Rumor.
That's kind of rare for things to kind of pick up that quickly. You know,
It's got to be God, you know?
Yeah.
So it was the first thing that happened. And then, yeah, like the first hour as it was going, I'm looking at my phone and I was like, all right, cool, bet. Like,
Did that make it?
You feel me? All right, cool. Time to go.
Man, it was like go time after that. And you got to, you know, keep the momentum going, especially after you get a moment like that, because that doesn't happen really often.
No, 0%. I never, you know what I'm saying? Like only like a handful of artists you really get to see with that. But I'm very happy, you know what I'm saying? People gravitated towards it. And even if they thought it was, oh, what is this? Ooh, and so and so and so, it's just like a one-time thing, or people were like, nah, there's something there. There's, you know, I'm happy it happened. You feel me? Like, I'm very happy that it happened.
Right.
It changed my life, and it changed like a lot of other people's lives around me. And like, that's very important when you get to change other people's lives around you. When you're not just selfish and just like a weirdo and just, you know what I'm saying? Act selfish.
Right. It's all about the impact that you make on other people's lives at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And you seem like an artist who's very aware of that, and just given, you know, what we know about you so far, you seem very selfless in that aspect. Yeah. So the music that you're putting out, the message that you're putting out in your music, you know, you inspire people. The mask that you wear makes it clear, you know, it's not all about you. But, you know, as far as who you are as a person, I kind of want to dig deeper into like, you know, what makes you you? Who are you under this mask? Really?
Rumor's dope. The man under the mask, you know what I'm saying? He could be like an accountant or something. He could be doing, I don't know, he got like a whole different life. But Rumor, I don't know, Rumor's cool. Rumor records every day. You feel me? And like, he makes industry peers. He meets them, and you know what I'm saying? He forms relationships with people. You know
So Rumor has a cool life. So do you feel like you ever live a double life then? Or do you feel like you live one life more than the other?
I sleep with the mask on.
You sleep with the mask on?
Yeah.
I don't believe that.
Like, this guy right here, he don't even remember what his face looked like. I mean, like, this got dirty a little bit. I went to go take a shower. I took it off. Oh, like, this is out of my crib. Put it back on.
Oh my God. So would you say you're Rumor more often than the person under the mask at this point?
I mean, I have sessions probably like every single day, so yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about for when you're really, you know, trying to get to know somebody, or you know, you're developing?
I'm married to the game.
Married to the game. Okay.
Married to the game, ma. That's it.
So ain't no dates, the mask does
game,
not come off.
G. That's it.
Oh my
You know what I'm
gosh. Okay, so I'm assuming then you have multiple masks. They're all black.
Yeah, they're all black in case one gets, you know what I'm saying, a little bit. Put one on.
You got one ready to go. I got a fresh mask on deck.
Always. I travel with like 3 at a time, so.
That's crazy.
Yeah, if it gets damaged or anything ever happens, just yeah.
Right. So what about when with like your relationship with your parents? Like, do you keep the mask on? Or what are moments in your life where you take it off? There has to be some. You can't
my folks know what's up. Shout out my folks. And they signed an NDA, so y'all can't get nothing out of them. Can't get nothing out of nobody.
Dang, cancel that interview with them. I'm kidding. Yeah. So, okay, that's cool. I mean, it's definitely a different, you know, perspective. So when did you start wearing the mask? When did it first start? What?
I should give this to them?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's go.
Like, it started once I did the Rascal video.
Okay.
That's when the mask started.
So there was a time before.
I already gave you enough. I already told you I was broken homeless. Nobody ever got that out of me. So.
Oh.
Yeah.
Dang. Well, that feels special.
Yeah.
For sure.
That part.
Okay. Well, dang. I feel like I got some exclusives. But man, I want to do the interview where you do your mask reveal.
The reveal?
Yeah.
The reveal? All right, we could. I'm saying we could.
Okay.
We got you
on camera saying that,
down.
so we got you locked in.
I said we could get something locked down. I didn't say it was gonna happen. I said, you know what I'm saying, in the future, you know what I'm saying, we've been knowing each other since kindergarten, so you feel me? But like later on, we could see if we get something down.
Okay.
Down pat.
All right, well, back to Rumor, back to the music, since it's clear, you know, we're not going to get a lot out of who you are. We do want to learn more about Rumor. So who have you been in the studio with? Who are some artists you've been working with? Let's tell the people what they can expect.
I was traveling a little bit in quarantine. I traveled down to Nashville, worked with Jimmy Allen. Jimmy Allen's on the album. There, I just gave you exclusive.
Okay,
Jimmy Allen. Shout out Jimmy Allen. I worked with Jelly Roll. I worked with Breland. He's also nominated for the Double XL Freshman. It's my boy in Nashville. Who else I work with? You know what I'm saying? Burgess, some other people. And then I went down to Atlanta, worked with Vori. Vori's on the album too.
Okay.
Worked with Vori.
Dropping some gems.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm giving you something exclusive. You feel me? Like.
No, yeah. I appreciate that. You gotta let us know what we can expect.
Shout out Vori. You feel me? And yeah, in Atlanta, I worked with a slew of producers from like OG Parker to like 30 Rock, whole bunch, I can't even think, whole bunch of people. And then New York, I said, me and Clue cut something. So yeah, just been around.
Everywhere.
Shout out Party Next Door. Shout out, who else? Ty Dolla $ign. And like Rock Mafia. I'm just over here naming. Man,
you've been in working with everybody. I love it.
No, yeah, I'm just trying to give my shout outs and stuff so nobody be like, oh man, bro, you forgot me. Like, my bad, G. You feel me? A lot of people, Nelly, Kesha, a whole bunch of people. Yeah. So very excited. I know I'm missing somebody right now, but very excited. Jermaine Dupri, you know what I'm saying? Timberland's on the album.
That's an impressive list.
Yeah. Yeah. Shout out everybody. If I'm missing somebody, I'm sorry.
You good? I'm sure they won't mind. Yeah. We'll see it eventually.
Yeah, they'll see.
You named an impressive list of people. That's pretty dope that you've been able to kind of maneuver around and be around. I feel like, you know, how do you feel like you've been able to take advantage of just the success that you've been able to get within the last year? Yeah,
it's a blessing. You feel me? Like it's an opportunity. So like most people, I don't even know. I'm not even gonna say most people because I don't really know how most people are gonna think. But like some people will probably be like, I just didn't want to get discouraged by COVID. Mm-hmm. You feel me? Just because I happened during COVID.
You feel like it made you go harder a little bit?
Yeah, it definitely did. It definitely slowed me down and showed me everything around me where it was like, all right, like, get your head out your ass. You feel me? Like, this is what's going on. This is you feel me? Like, get your actual team together, structure everything, and then move. But that's just God, like I said before. Mm-hmm. And like, that happening was like, it was great. And me, either if it's reaching out to artists or like artists reaching out to me and like, oh, we like bump into each other in like a session or ooh. It's like, yeah, to be able to like build relationships with peers is like most artists I've seen in the past, like don't take really like good advantage of that. You know? Like they don't do that at all. Like it's like they some artists are just like, oh yeah, you know, so. I'm not saying I'm like friends, you feel me? But right. like industry associates, industry friends.
Exactly.
Like,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You cool with Rumor. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna check in and be like, yo, how's your project? So and so.
Right, because relationships are really key when it comes to it. What do you feel like is one of the biggest misconceptions about the music industry and working with different artists? You know?
I don't know. A lot of people probably just got like ego. You feel like
you feel like you've experienced that?
You feel me? Like a lot of people just got like a huge ego and just like very, you know what I'm saying, one-dimensional when it comes to like riding that fame wave where it's like the curvature of like their tunnel vision is like, it's like very, you know what I'm saying? So they just see what they see, and if, you know what I'm saying, if they can't, you know what I'm saying, they don't, so. Yeah, all that, but yeah, like.
That's true. That's facts, actually. I know that, like, in this industry especially, there are a lot of egos. So when it comes to, I'm not going to say shooting your shot, but when you're reaching out to work with other artists, you know, sliding in the DMs, do you feel like because of quarantine, it's made it easier to do that? Or you had good results from that?
Nah, it's definitely made it harder because, like, I don't know. I feel like probably just some artists just probably, I don't know if they've heard of me or, you know what I'm saying, or if they...
But you're not afraid to, you know, shoot your shot?
No, not if it makes sense. Because, like, if it's like I'll reach out to somebody where it makes sense, you feel me? If we got either, like, a mutual or, like, or if I have a play behind something. But it's just, like, I won't just go and reach out to, I don't know, like...
Yeah.
Some random, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly, yeah,
like,
yeah.
Like, nah, like there's nothing behind that. There's nothing that I can actually build with you and grow with you.
Yeah.
But if there's like if there's a situation for growth, then it's like, yeah, like I'll reach out and be like,
Makes
yo,
sense.
what's good?
Makes
So,
sense.
woo.
Who's the most recent person that you reached out to via Instagram?
I don't know.
You got a response. Somebody you know you want to work with and you shot them a DM.
I'm not sure. I don't remember.
Okay.
I don't remember at all, but...
Or anybody recently?
Anybody who recently reached out to me... Oh, no. Because it came back. It came back full circle. Like, Sada. Like, I reached out to Sada because, like, when my record first came out, like, last year, like, he commented on it or something. I think, like, on my Instagram or something. He was like, tough, or he said something. I was like, yeah, Sada, baby. You know what I'm saying? Like, excited. And then I, like, DM'd him, but I don't think he's seen it. And then, like, finally, like, this week or whatever, like, last week, he was like, yo, because we got some people in, like, mutual and whatnot. Like, the engineer down in Atlanta that I was working with, shout out, I forget bro's name, but he can mix, he's cold. He's like Sada's engineer, so he was like, oh, y'all need to work so. So he probably heard it from him, and then he hit me up. So, yeah, shout out Sada. Okay. So that came full circle.
Dang, that is a full circle moment.
It is,
yeah.
It is.
And then now you guys have been in the studio together, you worked.
No. We in the studio soon. Very soon.
Okay, coming soon.
Yeah.
That's crazy how it like manifested itself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Are you a big believer in manifesting like your future or
I feel
the vibes you put out?
Yeah,
in the world?
the tongue is mightier than the sword. So what you speak.
Wait, say that again. That was a gem.
The tongue is mightier than the sword.
Make that my Instagram bio.
That part. And what you speak, like how you speak, like you got to be careful. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like your thoughts and what comes out of your mouth and what you put out there in the universe. You know what I'm saying?
That applies to music too, right?
Your mouth, God's ears. So like even with my lyrics, like I'm like, oh shit, delete. You feel me? And then I like go back and I'll like say something else because like I don't really want that out there. Like I don't want misinformation or nothing. You feel me? Or nothing negative. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm on a different like wave. I'm on a different frequency. So I'm not trying to.
That's dope that you think that way too, because I feel like it can easily become about trying to make a hit and saying literally whatever in order to make a song go viral or to relate to the youth or whatever it is. Sometimes people don't think twice about what they're saying, and as we know, people music is so influential.
A lot of reckless stuff on their records.
Yeah,
yeah. You feel me?
Can you remember the last time a song like inspired you, or what's like some of your go-to music that speaks to you?
Man,
what's on your playlist?
My playlist. I got like a playlist. It's called, you know what I'm saying, Driving with My Eyes Closed. And it's all like the records I would just like put on, like from like Sade to like the 1975 band to like Drake, you feel me, to like even like a whole bunch of Afrobeat stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like just like worldly music, where a lot of people wouldn't even like heard of these people, and like I just have them all in like one playlist where it's like I can listen to it and I can draw inspiration. I can be like, oh, okay. Because like when I'm listening to music, I'm listening for something that I can't do or that I haven't done yet. Like when I hear like a run or like a cadence, I'm like, okay, yeah, that's dope, and then it moves me because I'm like, because I'm a sucker for talent. So like when I hear that, I'm like, I want to learn how to do that or so.
Right.
Or like when I hear some other, nonsense or noise, that people are making, where it's like, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, then I'm just like, you know what I'm saying? Let me change this. Like, yeah, this might be cool for, but
okay.
nah.
I like that playlist name too. Driving with your eyes closed.
Yeah,
it's music that you can like vibe to for the most part, right? Like you can drive with your eyes closed.
It's not music you can chill to.
Okay.
But it's just music like, it's some music you can chill to. So it's some like you can probably just sit, you know what I'm saying, and like.
Music
chill.
you can drive to.
Yeah, but then it goes.
I see. So very diverse.
Very.
I share that playlist with me. I'm curious to know what's on there.
You got Apple Music?
I'm a Spotify girl. I have Apple Music, but I'm a Spotify.
Yeah. I'll share. I'll be like, here you go.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I have it, so I'll listen. When it comes to artists that you vibe with, whose music you resonate with, and you are ultimately inspired by, versus people who, you know, kind of make like the hype music or music that you're not really feeling, when it comes to collabing with them, is that something that you take into consideration, or?
I wouldn't do a record with somebody I don't respect musically. Like if I can't, like if I'm in the studio and if I see like, not saying like they try at it, you feel me? And then like, cause like I'm very engaging, like I vocal produce and you know what I'm saying? Like when I'm in the studio and whatnot. So like, if I see that they're actually trying, you know what I'm saying? Like I'll be like, all right, yeah, like let's, you know what I'm saying? I'll try to like, form it, you know what I'm saying? Mold it to like where it's like, all right, yeah, this isn't just noise. This is actually a record.
Right,
you know what I mean? But like, I've been in the studio with like great musicians where it's like, I want to learn. You feel me? So like, like I love that. Like where I can just like learn something new and then like, all right, man. Add it to my, you feel me? You feel me?
Interesting. So if somebody, let's say, you know, is like Billboard Hot 100, their record is popping, but you don't necessarily relate to them or their music, you won't work with them.
Like as far as like they want to get in the studio, they just want me on a feature.
I guess either one.
Like here's my thing. Like if I were to get in the studio with them and I would try to like mold it into something and there was backlash, you know what I'm saying? Like there was resistance. Like then it's like nah, because like I don't want to put that out.
Right.
You feel me? Like if I don't want to put it out, like
have you had a situation like that ever?
Yeah, it was with but no, I'm saying
not gonna tell us.
Nah, you feel me? So like I've had that situation, but the record didn't come out. You feel me? So like yeah. But like if we're working together,
was it a hit song or was the song just not good?
I didn't think it was a hit, so it didn't come out.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you only put out music that you feel like is gonna resonate with people, that's gonna be a hit, or what kind of like your
if
goal?
I like it.
Okay.
Yeah, like if like, you know what I'm saying? Like if I like it, because I make a lot of music that I like, that I'll like take to, you know what I'm saying, show my label and whatnot, and they're like, and I'm like, and I'm like, nah, nigga, like this is, and they're like, I'm like, and I'll go back and listen, but I'll still fight them on it because I think it's good.
Yeah.
You feel me? And then it'll go through, or like it'll be the opposite where I'll just be like, all right, you right, like ingredients of blah blah blah. Okay. But then again, there's no ingredients to hit because like.
That's true. I mean,
things are coming out of nowhere.
Right. Things literally will go viral overnight. And are you on TikTok at all?
Yeah. See, here's my thing. Like, I be trying to like, cause like, I feel like who was it? It was some TikToker, and then I think like my label and stuff. They were like, just use it like you use Instagram stories. Cause I'm heavy on my stories. I'll be like, you know what I'm saying? I'll post cool stuff on my stories. But like I always be forgetting to be like, I need to post that on TikTok.
Yeah, TikTok is an app I always forget about too, honestly, until I see it on Instagram, and I'm like, oh yeah, this was from TikTok. So you use it? Have you been like trying to use it more?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Like I'll post on it. I'll post on it every now and then. But
you feel like it's a good way to get your music to the people?
It's a great way to get anybody who's blowing up off of TikTok. Don't listen to the haters. Like all you kids who are coming out with smashes left and right. And you're getting streams and like recognition, and you're getting founded by all these labels. Keep doing what you're doing. Like, don't be out here listening to old heads who don't know how to work it and like they're still stuck in their ways. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep moving forward. Like, nigga, you're on. So keep going.
Hey, with that message being said, I feel like with all artists out there, I think it's important to be on TikTok and just create. You know, just make music that you like, put it out, because you never know what might happen to it. Yeah. For any aspiring artists out there, or for people who kind of look up to you, what's one message that you want to leave them with in this interview?
If it's not God's patience, it's glorified procrastination. Like, there's no such thing as patience.
Gem.
Yeah.
Where'd you get all these gems from?
I'm just a gemmy guy. You feel me? The bag. You feel me?
Yeah, you have a lot of wisdom.
Yeah. But yeah, if it's not God's patience, it's glorified procrastination. Like, don't sit around and wait, because like time's passing. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like, things are happening around you. Stop waiting. So go out and get it. Go do whatever you aspire to do.
I love that. I love that message for sure. For the youth, do you have people that you work with closely in terms of like artists who you mentor at all, or people?
Yeah. So like I got a few right now. So
okay. So would you have like your own label eventually? Were you gonna like sign people? Is that part of the works?
Nah, I'm saying. You feel me?
Okay.
Yeah.
Things to be on the lookout for, definitely.
That part.
All right. So it seems like we got a lot of new things from you this summer to look forward to.
Mm-hmm.
You've been in the studio with everybody. You've been working. You dropped some gems. I think we covered everything. Is there anything else you want to let us know before we go?
Nah. Shout out my team. You feel me? Shout out my management, Adrian. Shout out my lawyer, Vince. Shout out community, culture, Phil, Malik, Chief, I see you. Shout out Warner, Norvay, Chris Alice, Roger. I'm just shouting out because I don't want people to be like,
no, I respect it. I respect it. You gotta get his shout out.
Hannah, everybody. Yeah, shout out everybody.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Rumor, for joining us. You're watching Hot Freestyle. I'm your host. This is Rumor. Thanks for joining the show.
Thank you so much. This was amazing. My pleasure.
Yay. All right, cool.
How do I was cool?
Yeah. Good job. Good interview.
That was a horrible high five.
Yeah, we missed.
I got like 2 fingers on it. I was like, eh.